Welcome to First Time Watching. At the end of the 6th episode, the racist townspeople came together to ruin a perfectly good party. So now it's time to see how this plays out as we dive into the recap of the 7th episode of HBO's new hit horror series, It. Welcome to Derry. In the year 1908, a circus ringmaster calls onto the stage Pennywise, the dancing clown. It's Mr. Kirsch, performing a fun little act that is actually pretty tragic for the children watching. When the show ends, the kids storm the stage and destroy the place. From a distant barn, a lone child watches the chaos unfold. Young Miss Kirsch dresses up as Periwinkle to make her father proud. He loves it, but when he calls her Periwinkle, she feels a twinge of sadness. It used to be her mother's stage name. Still, she's honored to follow in her footsteps. That evening, Pennywise smokes a cigarette before the show when he hears a twig snap in the woods. A boy emerges from the darkness and tells him the children seem drawn to him. The boy says he can't find his parents. Pennywise tells him he won't help and that he should run along. Suddenly, a scream echoes from behind the boy. When Pennywise asks who it was, the boy says it was his mother. Pennywise takes the boy's hand and together they walk into the woods to investigate. Young Miss Kirsch searches the circus for her father and overhears the ringmaster speaking. He shows her a bloody handkerchief they found in the woods, her father's. They believe wolves may have been responsible. In the present day, masked men stand outside the Black Spot, Halloran and his friends' clubhouse. They barge in, immediately shutting down the festivities. The chief demands they hand over Hank, promising to leave if they do. Halloran tells them they're in the wrong place, but Hank steps out of hiding and turns himself in, begging them to leave the others alone. The army men warn the mob to stand down. They're armed and trained. Unlike the angry locals, the chief weighs the risk and orders his men to lower their guns and retreat. But then chains rattle. The exits are barricaded. The power is cut, and Molotov cocktails are thrown through the windows. Bullets fly as panic erupts. The kids huddle together. People trample one another. Suddenly, the noise fades. Halloran sees an undead soldier walking through the burning building toward a refrigerator. Halloran moves it aside, revealing rotting planks. A way out. As he looks back at his dying friends, he sees the ghost of the tribe's chief. He decides to ignore his own warnings and catches the attention of the chief, which means the ghosts can see him now. As people choke on smoke and burn, Pennywise appears, offering someone a way out. Ronnie sees him devouring a woman and runs, finding Halloran and the tribal chief. Pennywise raises an army of the dead and taunts Halloran, who remains calm and asks the chief to guide him to the children. Outside, the racist attackers leave, convinced no one survived. Halloran leads Will, Ronnie, and Hank toward the exit. Marge and Rich approach from the other side, but the roof collapses between them. Rich finds a small cooler and tells Marge to climb inside. As she does, she sees in his eyes that he isn't coming with her. He locks her inside and lies on top of it to protect her. He tells her he's loved her since the moment he first saw her. She tells him she loves him too. The smoke and heat consume him as he lays there. Nearby, one of the attackers' cars breaks down. Periwinkle approaches. The man is Stanley Kirsch, the town's butcher, and her husband. He threatens her, but she simply greets the man behind him and calls him Papa. Pennywise appears behind Stanley, splitting his head in two and eating the top half of it. She tells Pennywise she planned it this way, knowing he'd be drawn to so much fear and death. She bows. He applauds. He embraces her, resisting the urge to kill her, praising her devotion. But when she begs him not to leave her, he turns cold. She realizes he isn't her father. He ate him long ago. As she pleads, Pennywise opens his head, revealing the lights within. As she looks into the lights, her mind gets broken. Later, firefighters arrive and find Marge alive inside the cooler. She stumbles out, searching for Rich, and finds him dead beside it, suffocated by smoke. Ronnie and Will find her sobbing over his body. The army is helping to load up the bodies. Kirsch's body is taken away, her eyes still open, and move as she looks at the kids. Will tells his parents that Halloran saved them right as Hanlon is summoned by the colonel. Ronnie tells Charlotte her father is in the woods. They find Halloran on a bench, overwhelmed by the voices of the dead. He can no longer shut them out. Halloran explains that one of the shards is buried atop the tribal chief's grave. They only need to follow her. Charlotte takes Hank home, reassured that Pennywise has gone to sleep. In Derry, the fire is reported as an electrical accident at an illegal bar for colored people. Rose tells her people the augury has ended. The cycle is complete. 23 died in the fire. 17 children were killed in this cycle. An elder gets up and announces announces they'll meet again in 27 years. As the military is about to dig up the shard, the general visits Halloran, whose mind is unraveling because of the constant onslaught of ghosts. In town, Charlotte arranges fake papers for Hank's escape. Will is annoying her because he wants to visit Lily to tell her about Rich, but his mother refuses. The monster might be sleeping, but the monster wasn't the one who started that fire. Marge and Ronnie visit Lily, then memorialize Rich at the lookout. At the dig site, the shard is removed and boxed, but Hanlon doesn't understand. They've been telling him that they are shrinking the cage around it, but now the plans have changed, and the colonel tells him they are bringing the shard back to base and leaving the door open for it. At the airbase, the shard is placed in an oven. Hanlon pulls a gun, demanding it be stopped, but the general calls him up to tell Hanlon the truth. He wants to use fear to control the American people. He never meant to contain the creature. He believes their own country is dying because people do not follow the rules. And then he gives the order to destroy the shard. Deep in the sewers, it awakens. At home, Will receives a call from Ronnie. As she speaks of Rich, her voice shifts. Pennywise bleeds through. Will tells him he isn't afraid. When he turns around, Pennywise is there, lunging at him and shining the lights inside his mouth at him. Thank you for watching episode 7. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you back for the season finale.